Good afternoon. My name is Steven, and we're here with Ava, Enrique, and Dena. And we're here to talk about the negative effects about smartphone addiction and how it affects us with our education, our personal life, and our mental health. And these are our main arguments. So we're going to be talking about how many hours a North American use. And our second point is the social media use and academic skills and how it affects with social skills and mental health. Now I'll let Dena take over from here.
So our first argument today is about how smartphones affect our academic studies. Based on many studies that have been done, it was observed that we spend a lot of time on our phones and we pay more attention to our phones instead of studying and instead of doing good in our exams. In another study that was done in 2015, it was shown that teenagers and especially students our age usually tend to have very low self-esteem, and also they are not really interested in pursuing careers when they are in college or universities. Also, another study have also revealed that social media really affects students' use of English. We tend to use a lot of abbreviations on our daily chats with our friends. That makes us get used to it to the point where we also use it during tests and exams.
For our next argument, we're going to be looking at how many hours we spend on our phones, on our smartphones. So according to Common Sense Media, there has been a survey that's conducted of consisting 2,600 young adolescents between the ages of 8 to like 20, I think. And it was from ages 8 to 12, apparently they spend 6 hours on their phones, and average teenagers spend 9 hours online checking their social medias.
Our third argument for today is about how social media affects our relationships. And I'm first going to talk about families. It's based on a lot of studies that have been done. It is proven that parents don't even spend a lot of time with their kids anymore, and kids are so dependent on devices and phones that they don't even know how to use emotions and express their emotions or even communicate properly like children back in the day used to do. Next, I'm going to talk about friendships. Nowadays, friends use texting more than talking on the phone or even meeting each other face to face, which as human beings, it's making us lack communication skills. And last but not least, smartphones also affect romantic relationships. How many times have you been out to a restaurant and not noticed that people are always on their phones? They're always checking their phones, going on social media while they're on a date, or even in the bedroom before bed, they're always going on their phones. This causes a lot of problems between couples because they are mostly paying attention to other people's lives instead of their loved ones.
For our next argument, smartphone addiction actually causes damage to our mental health. And smartphone addiction among teenagers result into depression. A credible doctor named Dr. So conducted a study of teenagers who are addicted to smartphones and teenagers who are not addicted to smartphones. And she basically compared the two results, and the higher the results was, the more addicted they were on their smartphones. And the more addicted you were, the more likely you'll be suffering from mental illness. So there are chemical imbalances on our brain revealed, and so there's these two chemicals called GABA and GLX, and there's a specific ratio that plays a part in our mental health. And if there's an imbalance between the two, you can quite point out the disorder in your mental being, such as depression, anxiety, and etc.
To conclude with Eric and Enrique's article, we have seen a dramatic increase in the amount of people using their phones recently. It's taken a toll on our education and our future career choices as well. Our family, our friends, and our relationships have been feeling neglected because of this. Our mental health, along with our anxiety and depression, have been increasing in stats, and it's time for us to make a change and feel grounded in our